You want to go ahead? Let me take some pictures. There we go. It's pretty.
So this is gonna be some of our first formations around here. This really works well in the morning. We call this our breakfast platter. So we got our bacon strips going down, our fried eggs right here. I prefer mine scrambled, but
Yeah.
fried isn't too bad. These are really cool. We call these cave shark's teeth. They're pretty rare, not only just at this cave or caves in Virginia, but kind of worldwide as well. So just that natural slant kind of forms them a little bit. My dad's a collector, so they're pretty cool to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once we get to about this point here, we'll see that the walls are pretty jaggedy. That's going to be from opening this part of the cave up open, blowing through it with dynamite. So we'll see right there, we have our hole for where we would stick our dynamite with some raw gunpowder in there as well. You light it up, bolt off in every direction. I hope you don't trip on the way out. 40 crates later, we blow through this whole area, connecting it to that little natural tunnel where that formation was, and then connecting it to the rest of the cave as well. So originally, that little part there was blocked up from the rest of the cave. We blew through it and connect to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. More of your holes up there as well.
Good place to hide, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. It's where a lot of the Union soldiers thought. On the way out, we'll cover things on the right, on the way back, on this side. So if you see big things over here and he's like, you should really ignoring that.
Yeah.
I will cover it on the way back, I promise. So you have about 400 to 500 different Civil War names put throughout the whole cave. And so,
Oh, yeah, cool.
right here we'll have kind of some of the first ones. It's a J. Hollabach, put his regiment down in the day 1862. And so that would be done using a pocket knife or a bayonet. Another one over here would be a fisk. That's a little harder to see. So that's my pointer work right here. Cool part about him is that his great grandson found his original diary from his time down here. And in it he wrote that he put his name towards the back of the cave. So originally, this is more the back of your cave. The front is the back is the front. We have a guy who talks about that for about 3 minutes. I'll spare you. It's not too bad. Originally, this is more the back. It feels like the back is more the front.
Yeah. You ever been to Carlsbad Caverns in New Mexico?
I have not, but
You should check it out if you ever get a chance.
yeah, I like it out west. My dad went to school at UCLA.
Oh, okay. It's
I visit
just
LA
so
every once in a while. Yeah.
big. It's just, you could put houses inside.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
there's
it's-
all the all those.
I love these
formations
formations.
over there.
Oh, yeah, they're all similar.
Yeah.
I don't think they had the shark teeth. I don't remember seeing any of the shark teeth ones, do you?
No, I don't.
They did have the bacon. They had some of the
Yeah.
Yeah,
bacon.
a lot of the bacon
Yeah.
strips are pretty common.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, some of your Jamie Houston's coming through. You got Tiki right here forever. It's a fraternity. When you're up there at one point in time. I'm not a big fraternity guy. My one brother's at KA at Jamie, so he cares a little more about it than I do. You can probably point out some other ones. I could care less. I don't think we know where half of them are.
Oh, nice big area here, huh?
Yeah.
This is the main
Well,
one.
this is the wedding room. If people get married here,
Wow.
they actually get married in this room. It's going to be a small ceremony, but still a pretty cool spot.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Good acoustics. So we go right through, really not confirmed, no confirmed casualties or anyone's time down here, but if you look, maybe from an earthquake or a rock slide, there might be some fingers poking up right there.
Huh.
We might count 6, I think, 6-fingered.
Six-fingered alien?
Bride.
Yeah.
Very movie. We go over here, gonna have these T-Rex jaws right here. Then
Yeah.
At the bottom of them, we're gonna have a face carved into the stone right here, done by Native Americans. This is gonna be
Oh, yeah.
supposed to represent Mother Nature, Mother Earth. Walk through the face, through the birth canal, to a back room called the womb back there. Do your ceremony, that you're probably passing around. Walk right back out to the face, and then you're said to be spiritually, religiously reborn. So water damage, we don't go in that back room, but being a taller guy, I don't mind as much being in a small cramped room in a cave. Sometimes, yeah, you can pass on that. You know, take a photo of different lines, stuff like that. Yeah. So you look up, we'll see this kind of weird patterning all throughout the ceiling around here, on our T-Rex right here. So that's going to be a live fungus that's made its way in. We had some geologists and biologists from JMU come take samples, try to figure out exactly what it is. It's not doing a whole lot of harm. Kind of that cool print to it. Yeah, if it doesn't have a name, I named leopard fungus, especially the different dark colorations around here. I gave it that, but it kind of shows that depending on your timeline, you know, this shit's go by millions of creations, thousands of years of existence. This cave's been around pretty much as long as time has, and then it's still changing as time goes on.
Yep. Not going to stop just because we're here, that's for sure.
Yeah. So, as you look at this column right here, you have our stalagmite going up, stalagmite coming down. Mine were connected at one point in time. An earth movement kind of opened it up a little bit. Most likely not. They just separate formations.
So these two aren't
Meeting at the middle. Yeah.
Are they touching right now, or?
Not really. No.
Okay.
They're kind of displaced, like the stalactite's kind of a little bit behind it.
Yeah.
We'll see these white scratches throughout this column. It's going to be from Union soldiers using it for target practice at one point in time.
Oh, really?
Not a great idea. Pretty loud.
Not really.
Yeah,
a lot of ricochets.
Be ringing, and then ricochets fully play as well. But you stay out here in the cave for a month in the dark, basically whiskey moonshine situation.
It's pretty boring
crazy.
too.
Yeah, probably your late teens, early 20s. They would fire from where this direction, as you can see, kind of the black smoke right there. So, no one confirmed got hit with a ricochet, but it's probably not out of the question.
Yeah, they did. They ain't speaking. They ain't speaking.
No. Dead telling no tales, right? It's Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah. Not the brightest idea. They did a lot of things that probably like the smartest down here. But I don't know what else you expect from a bunch of soldiers in the cave. You get pretty bored.
Ooh, that's pretty.
You keep walking through, it has like Indiana Jones film feel to it. You may see him running for a giant boulder in this direction.
Oh yeah.
That Holy Grail. Some genuine scenes thought it'd be a cool place to film something as well. So in the late 90s, early 2000s, they shot small horror film down here. It's on the way in and the way out. Some of the more higher ups for that movie put their names up there.
What was the movie called?
I'm not sure. I think it's like Rest Stop or something. We play it sometimes. It's not a big production. There's I think some debut undergrads or grads in the film.
Oh, okay.
Some of that school just made one at some of the local Civil War museums, and then used in this cave too. We can kind of say like some Civil War ghosts or something.
Oh, all right.
Not my style as much. As you look up here, you're going to see kind of the second form of how names are written. Back in that time, it's going to be your torch and ash form. So hold up a torch to see what you're doing. One collects your ash, and then you kind of write your names up. Most of these are more Confederate than Union soldiers. So Kuntz right here, local war hero. He's going to live a pretty happy life after getting wounded and helping save people during the battle, different Civil War parts. So had a pretty good ending for him. Smith over here, not so much. Big scumbag, douchebag, terrible person. They say he crosses the wrong person one too many times. It's hanged forward. So good person, long life. Bad person, short life.
Yeah. Wish it always worked out that way, but in that case it doesn't.
Always, no.
So was it mainly the Confederates that hit, or was it the Union soldiers that hit?
Mainly the Union soldiers that were down here between April and May of 1862. Confederates, Virginia even having the capital of Confederacy, Richmond, at the time, would have a lot of local Confederates who have been around here and known of it have been in here from time to time, but mainly most of your names and stuff you're going to see is from that 1 month of the Unions being down here during the war. Confederates didn't use as much as they did.
Right.
And this land would switch hands at different points in time.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
kind of that like right borderline between the North and the South during that war. So you get to this part here, it's kind of maybe what feels like our deepest part. It's only about 40 to 50 feet up from here. This is a horizontal cave. You have your vertical and horizontal. Vertical cave, think Batman and Robin propelling down a line, a couple hundred feet through different layer of rocks. We're just going at the same layer of rock at different layers. This side of the wall is very smooth compared to this one. So when your first natural water pressure creates this whole cave, it creates this side as well. But you'll have a river or a creek over here at a different point in time. After the cave is made, water seeps through, trickles down, creates more rough jaggedness on this side compared to this one.
Somewhere you think there's going to be some ponds, standing water, or do you guys not have that here?
So we have one reflection pool.
Yeah.
We have another one back there as well to point out, but along the main way, it's not too bad. We'll get a little bit from some rainwater. It's been raining a lot lately. But yeah, nothing crazy. These will be most of your minerals right here that compose of the cave. So you have your white. Here's your calcium, so think your teeth or your milk. You have this bluish gray coloration right here. That's your manganese or magnesium. And so that gave names to one of the original names of the cave. They called it the Blue Grottos for a little bit. They tried to call it the Virginia Caverns, but there's a couple caverns in Virginia, so that didn't last a whole lot long. And then we have this reddish orange right here, and that's your iron. So these are kind of your main components mixed with your limestone and then just your stone as well, the cave. But for getting, colorful minerals, it's a pretty easy spot to see most of them right there.
It's pretty, huh?
Well, be careful with your head here a little bit. It's a little narrow for a second.
No, not us. I think we'll be okay on the head, but
Yeah, no, it 6 3 in the cave is not very convenient, so I try to point out different spots where it gets lower.
Yeah.
So I whacked my head a couple times in different spots, unfortunately. So you get to this point here, kind of have this vertical formation going on. Kind of call these our curtains. This one's at the time called the Tower of Babylon, after your Old Testament biblical tower, trying to climb up to God. We'll see these different horizontal lines throughout this whole structure. Those are going to be created by different earthquakes and other earth shipments over time that push stuff over. Don't really get any earthquakes or anything of that sort in Virginia anymore, or really on the East Coast for that matter. But with this cave being as old as it is, it's definitely had its fair share of earthquakes.
yeah.
Those earthquakes are also pushed this boulder down from its original spot up there.
Ah,
It's too big to move, so here it stays for the rest of the time. Look at these poles right here. They kind of have an organy look to them, so sometimes if you're nice, little. So
Nice.
Mary had a little lamb. Tried to have Guns N' Roses come down here one point in time, so the venue was too small. So we tried to have the Blue Men in Vegas because they like the bang and pipes. They said the lighting wasn't good enough. So you're stuck with me. I'm more of a singer, musician, so we don't talk about the off notes there at all. So we make our way through this entrance right here. This is my friend Larry the Lizard. We got the snout here, eyeball there, body wraps all the way around. Just
Oh.
develop those out right there.
Look at that. That really does look like a reptile. That's pretty cool.
So he doesn't do a whole lot of harm anymore. Just kind of hangs
see it?
out, scares off some of the more
Here's the tail.
living wildlife that might make its way in. He's probably seen some crazy things during his time down here. Really chooses to remain quiet. He might have signed an NDA.
Hey, Larry. Oops, sorry.
Very good.
You there? Watch your head there.
I'm 5'2". I really have.
Well, you almost hit Larry's chin.
Yeah. So you get right here, we have the name E.B. With, and you put down this regiment. He's gonna be another Union soldier using that pocket knife or bayonet form. Scratch his name in there. Cool part about his name is it's called double stitch. Is the form of writing used. Kind of see it's doubled through.
Yeah.
It's also a form of knitting, but I don't knit, so I don't really know anything about that.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
There's
I don't even get any sweaters from grandma, so.
Oh,
That's right, cash isn't bad.
cash always fits.
Pardon?
Cash always fits.
Cash always works, right? I never ask for anything, so I just get that, and eventually something pops up that I need, and then you just got the cash for it. When in doubt, cash is the way to go. Cash is key. As we get to this point here, we have a couple of things to point out. Have another one of our calcium deposits, this time it's more in the shape of an ice cream cone. See kind of this mudslide look over here. It's kind of our chocolate calcium. So it's still calcium, it's just called chocolate calcium. It's certified from different water coming down here, mixing with different dirt and other minerals. Dirties up, darkens that color, calcifies over. So that's your chocolate syrup and your ice cream. If you look up at these stalactites, they kind of look like they got whacked clean off. You'd be right, about 50, 60 years ago, some college students would come down here with pickaxes and sledgehammers, whack them off. We had these little parts right here, we call those cave straws, hanging down, and those represent the last 50 to 60 years of growth. So if that's only about 50 to 60, you can imagine how long it took to form the original ones that would have been brought down to your waist.
Yeah.
And then when you look down, you see all the different dots throughout the ground here. That kind of shows you water hitting the same spot some of the time. So your more active parts of the cave are when you see those on the ground. See right here. Kind of a popcorn formation going on right here. Anyone want to take a guess what the scientific term for that would be?
No.
It's just popcorn.
Oh, I thought it was barnacles.
Yeah, no, they make it easy sometimes. As a non-geology major, I appreciate it. If it was something pretty complicated, I probably wouldn't even talk about it at all, just to avoid talking and try to pronounce it. So make your way around here, we're gonna hit some different air pockets. It's pretty warm.
Warmth, huh?
I'll explain the reasoning behind that here shortly.
That's pretty cool.
You're getting pretty cold, kind of gather yourself up a little bit here.
Yeah, more humid too, it feels like.
Yeah, it's definitely more humid as well.
Ooh, just what we need. Ooh, low bridge.
Yep.
Honestly, I have no problem with low. My hat sticks up, that's
Yeah.
okay.
So as we look up here, you kind of see the tunneling going up there. This is going to be more of our original front entrance to the cave that Native Americans down to your college students, so about the 90s or 2000s when we blocked up for boulders to come down through. Your Union soldiers would use a rope ladder. Poor fella got sent down here first to check it out. It was probably either the smallest, the youngest, or really did something to tick off one of the higher ups. Luckily he was able to make it down here. So we're about 150 to 200 of his friends that would have been staying down here during that time as well. You would have 2,000 encamped above under the command of Banks. And so it's still store different artillery, gunpowder, other weaponry that you want to kind of keep out of the hands of the Confederates that could potentially raid your top part. If you're forced to retreat, you kind of leave it in here, hope that they wouldn't look down here as well. And then as this place would change hands at different points in history, maybe you come back, win a war here, sneak down, grab your different artillery, and carry it out with you to your next spot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so strategically, yeah, one way in, one way out. Pretty smart place. Union soldiers just kind of stumbled upon it. They went off that main road, saw this big open area to make an encampment above this cave, and they just luckily found it. Some of your local Confederates will know of its pre-existence, but they didn't really think to check on it at any point in time while the Union was here, so they never really crossed paths down in this cave. during that war.
Whoa.
And then we're only here for that month. We're going to store the things, kind of leave from here up to more other kind of northern battles, like the Battle of Gettysburg. As you look up, it's kind of got a weird look to it. We have a metal roof here.
Yeah.
We have a hole letting in natural sunlight and air, which kind of explains that humidity and that heat towards this area. This big old area here is excavated, opened up a little bit. It's not the natural way the cave was originally formed. See these different pipes around here, different cement. It looks like a foundation for something. So the story behind this is in the 1920s, a man by the name of the Colonel, who we know is from Kentucky because he had no military experience. And that's the only state that will let you have the title of the Colonel without military experience. So when we look at this roof, we can think KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yep.
Yeah, so he decides to build a hotel above the cave, use that natural temperature regulation for it. So when people in the north want to get out of the cold, it's a little warmer. People in the south want to get all the heat, gets a little cooler for you. With the AC not really existing, it's not a terrible idea at all. So he excavates this area open, puts some of his foundation down, and he's about to construct a hotel above where this metal roof would be. Then the 1930s roll around, the Great Recession happens. He goes flat broke, loses all his money, and the hotel is never to be created. And so we just put this roof kind of blocking off the natural air and everything that would be exposing the cave.
Yeah.
You would have put your foundation right around here, build it straight up from there. Would have been pretty awesome.
Would have
Made
been.
a lot of money off of it if you would have picked the right time to do it.
Whew.
You make your way over here. Have another Native American area. So they found different arrowheads and other weaponry and tools in this area around here. Think you have your campfire somewhere in this area. You're kind of carving into the stone around here as time goes on to create your different weapons and all that kind of stuff. So they kind of really spread out and use the majority of the cave, with that big area over there being more the religious spot, this one being more functional. Usually compared to other groups of people, they really take care of the land and everything and try not to do too much harm, so they really try to spread out and use it to the maximum. So pretty cool area. As we look up right here, we'll see different roots hanging down as we kind of close to the surface. But as we see here,
Yeah.
they kind of just free hang. They really need that nutrients, so the different soil and the rock kind of cuts them off from that. So with nothing to hang on to, they just hang down freely, kind of like a chandelier in your house. Freaky look.
Yeah.
Careful around here, it can get pretty dark in some of these corners. The roots right here are pretty dark. I say they kind of look like sea urchins. Kind of funky look to them.
You coming?
Yeah.
You're lost.
Very good.
We're good.
Yeah. Just take your time. No rush. Cave's been here for a pretty long time. We can wait a little bit.
Yeah. Ain't going nowhere.
It's not going anywhere anytime soon. Since we make our way through this little opening here, it does slant down. There's a guardrail to help you down if you need it.
Yeah, I gotcha. There's some more of them.
So you have the guardrail if you need it on
There
your own
is.
side, but if not, it's a really good calf workout on your way down.
We got it.
Alright.
The old people have arrived.
Yeah, some people it's harder than others. I
Yeah.
still get a little calf workout out of it, but sometimes it doesn't hurt just to grab the railing just in case. Originally, these little parts right here could be more crawl spaces that have been opened up. So that we don't have to go spelunking to get back here. If we did, I wouldn't be doing it. I'm too big to be crawling around in the cave. My
Yeah.
dad did it at my age, around the same size, and I don't understand why he would even want to. Yeah, it's pretty dark back here. Minimal lighting. We can imagine when your people are first here, it's gonna look more like this.
Yep.
Yeah,
Without the
so-
cell phone lights.
Yeah, your eyes would adjust over time a little bit, depending on how long you stay down here. I still wouldn't trust it. 'Cause after we pass through this area, we get to my main head-banging area where I bang my head the most, so I definitely wouldn't walk through there in the dark. When we add a little light on the situation, it can look a little more like this, but usually this is also where I like to say, if you have any questions, you can raise your hand.
Right.
I don't see any takers. All right, here you go.
I'm good.
All right. Yeah, so add a little light in the situation back here. We got this really cool part going on right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of cool different coloration going on. The farther you are from that pool of water, the deeper it looks. Looks like you can go 20 to 30 feet deep. It's only about 6 inches to a foot deep.
Oh, okay.
Cave will go far back down there. There's a fox on loose about a year or two ago. They really
Fox on
sent
the
one
run.
of my, one of my coworkers back there to check it out, try to see if he's growing back there. He couldn't find him, so whichever way he came in, he found his way back out. If they would have sent me back there, it would have been my last day. Again, too big to be crawling back into the dark parts of the cave. Pretty cool spot. It's one of my favorites of the whole entire cave. Just the different coloration, and then just that slant above that water is really going to play some tricks on your mind, concerning how deep you think that water is.
Yeah.
I have people ask me if it's drinkable. It is not. It is your mostly rainwater that's made its way in, but as it mixes with other minerals and dirt in the cave, gallstones would be the worst.
Yeah.
That one's right there. Someone's definitely found that out right away. Call your soldiers. If you guys are ready, I can throw some lights back on and we can
You bet.
find our way out of here. Alright. Yep. Main headbanging area, so caution as you walk through this spot. I tried to walk backwards in one of my first tours and I played pinball with my head for a couple seconds in this area. Some people say they look like potatoes hanging down or carrots. Some people see cow udders, which is utterly disgusting.
I see. Yeah.
Sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So,
Oh, this is really cool here.
yeah.
Head banging, but cool.
Yeah. Different stalactites hanging down. Some of them are fatter than others. You get to some of the ones over here where I am, and they kind of fatten out at the bottom. They actually have geodes growing in them. Different laws and regulations, we're not allowed to break them down or get into them. But it's kind of cool just knowing that they're growing in there nonetheless.
Like something you'd see on an alien ship. The way we
Yeah, that's what a
depict
lot of people
aliens
say
these
too.
days.
They say it looks like kind of the nest for the different alien stuff that they would
Yeah.
kind of fall out of and then
Yeah, a
kill
little
off the
bit.
whole human race. Yeah.
Maybe that's where they got the ideas from. Who knows?
You never know.
What do you think, honey?
Oh,
Still getting dripped on over there. Drip, drip. The endless drip of time, eh?
Yeah. If it's on you, you got a cave kiss, not a big deal.
I see we circled around here, huh? Okay.
Alright.
You there?
Yep.
Oh, hold
Way
on.
down here.
Still taking pictures, huh?
Yeah. I'd
Oh,
like
good.
to see your head would be up.
Thank you, Tom. Yeah, just
You
be
hit your
careful
head,
on the way
did you?
back down this way. It's a little more narrow than on the way up.
Zoop, doo-doo, 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 doo-doo.
You this point right here, I have this hole carved out. That would be for your torch lighting for your original soldiers and their time down here. Think you would kind of smoke yourselves out with the lack of ventilation in the cave. But they would take it near different sinkhole areas, like right here. That would all kind of ventilate it, push it around. So that way, doing all the other dangerous things you're doing in the cave, you're not adding smoke inhalation to it.
Right.
So we make it to this point right here. It's gonna be our oldest sign of life down here during the cave. So we have this carving of a face here. I see a catcher's mask. I play baseball. One girl, she said she saw Donald Trump, but it's more like your kind of war mask. Those kind of stripes at the top are probably more. It's kind of symbolize your different war paint. And this will date back to as far as 200 to 300 BC.
Wow.
So thousands and thousands of years old.
That's old.
Yeah, and so they kind of date it that old by comparison to other artifacts of this time that kind of have that similar look to it. And just through that comparison there, they can kind of date it
Oh, I
back.
see.
Very
Yeah.
small.
It's
Yeah.
tiny.
It is very small, so I don't think any of your Union soldiers or any of those individuals really found it. I think they kind of first found it in the 1920s, around when they started doing tours. I believe when they kind of first found the cave. So you don't have great lighting. It's so small, you're just gonna walk by it every time.
Yeah. It's really hard to see.
It is, yeah. But pretty cool. It kind of related to some of the different Pacific Island artifacts, kind of your Aztecs in Mexico, different timelines like that. Kind of help
Yeah.
date it back.
Cool. Definitely, yeah. I mean, it could be natural, but we see faces a lot.
You will see
In the
some,
structures.
in the formations, but I think it's safe to say different indentations like that, someone scraped it out a little bit.
Yeah.
But you never know. Weirder things have happened, right?
Well, when I was young, there was the face on the moon. we
Yeah.
saw, and then they got a good picture of it, and unfortunately it wasn't. It would have been cool if it was,
Yeah, no.
but shit, just a rock.
Yeah.
Look at all those names. Holy
Yeah, so we
moly.
call this the registry. This big column here is gonna have maybe like the most concise place with the most names in one spot. We have this flat surface, big open area, makes it pretty convenient to write your name on. Then we have a hole for a torch here, well lit, makes it even better. 1862 is when our soldiers are here. 1973, some college student. 1917, no clue. Probably someone preparing it for the tours. Just random stuff scattered throughout. But we'll see Seawall at the top here. He's going to be one of the more in charge individuals of the soldiers during their time down here. Story goes that he leaves here, fights in the Battle of Gettysburg, he's wounded, goes to a DC area hospital, and then passes away from his wounds. We have W.P. Hugus right here. I prefer him. He's either an incredibly bored person or very narcissistic, because he put his name down 15 different times throughout the whole cave. So, really want to let you know that he was here. So, Hugus was here. Yeah. Probably writing in different fonts too. Really want to get his signature down. Like a professional athlete trying to get their autograph down.
Yeah.
So we make our way over here. If we have any Star Wars fans with us, we might be able to see Jabba the Hutt kind of hanging out right here. Right here could be Han Solo trapped in carbonite. Maybe C-3PO. My brother says if he squints, he sees Princess Leia. He has had 5 or 6 concussions, so don't blame him. I see more Chewbacca than Princess Leia. It's all up to your own subjective opinion. The different angles can look like something different each time.
Yeah,
Jab is pretty clear, at least.
I think so.
Yeah. Let's make our way over here. A couple cool things to point out. Have USA written back up here in the wall. Then we'll have this portrait right here of his face. Originally that's supposed to be Abraham Lincoln. As time has passed, looks more like the Duke Blue Devil mascot, or maybe the Demon Deacon for Wake Forest without his hat. We have A. Scott up here to thank for that. So we'll just give him the benefit of the doubt. Say when he first did it, it kind of looks a lot more like Abraham Lincoln than it does now. What the thoughts there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So look right here, we have another one of our holes, carbon for our torch. We have that red orange color of our iron. It's really stained the whole stone around here, blackened over from being used over time. My friend Larry here also gets pretty blackened from that smoke, so that secondhand smoke might have been a nebulae, what did have been. We'll never know for sure. Yeah. So look over here, not a whole lot for the naked eye. If you bend down right here, look up, kind of be able to see some of the most well-preserved names written in that torch and ash form up here. Natural slant kind of protects it from different moisture and erosion. If you look behind you at those names and compare it to the ones right here, you can see how those have faded out a lot more than these ones right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you would store different artillery, raw gunpowder, and other stuff down here because it kept it pretty dry. Just pretty dumb when you're using a torch to right up here. You drop that torch, kablooey, and you're in pretty big trouble with the explosion. As we can see here, that didn't happen. Luckily, we'll see a Jackson up here. We know the famous Confederate General Stonewall Jackson. That will be his twin cousin, Stone Ceiling Jackson.
God.
Lesser known twin brother. Kind of stays out of the limelight.
Stone ceiling. I'm sure if you had a bigger audience, that would have got a bigger laugh.
It depends.
It's a good one.
It depends on the day, yeah. I picked some of the jokes up from my brother. I throw in some of mine. Kind of get used to it over time. We call this formation the shield formation. Well, the name J and Travis, 1862, put on there. The way it's put on is pretty unique. Think about branding your cattle. You have your metal imprint, heat it up, stab it. It's left the mark. Same process here. It's called stamping. So metal imprint mixed with some different chemicals, heat it up, stamp it down. It's probably going to look like that originally, so it's going to preserve very well compared to a lot of the other names around here. Some say that he stole the lettering from fallen soldiers of different battles, or borrowed them from ones in here. More likely than not, to get this spot, he was probably pretty wealthy and influential, so he just paid a local metal worksman around here to make it for him. And
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know if he exactly knew what he was doing and if that was going to last as long as it did, but pretty awesome.
Cold.
Yeah.
Good. I'm not either. Happy to live here.
Make our way down here, we have another animal friend. We'll have Rosie the hippo. Some people say gorilla. I don't really see a hippo. You can see kind of water dripping from her down around here. She's one of the most active parts of the whole entire cave. So as that part continues to kind of grow, and if it molds over more over here, she might look more like Humpty Dumpty than anything. But right now, she can remain a hippo. Look up the belly of the cave, you see the belly of the whale, kind of thin there, belly making its way down, tail poking out here. Watch out these holes up here where some of your original lighting in the 20s and 30s would have been placed. Kind of scattered throughout. Lighting wasn't great back then, so you definitely have lanterns, headlamps making your way through. Pretty happy with the modern lighting here. We're not going to be making this cave even darker than it already is.
Huh.
You walk by this cold water here, you can see that calm reflecting perfectly into it. We can also see it's not very deep. It's the same depth as the other pool, about 6 inches to a foot. So better perspective right here. Can't really get tricked as much as you can really get up close into it from above and look. But still, pretty good spot.
Oh, that looks like something. Some head. Looks like a giant toad head. Go with me.
Get back into this big weather area over here. See a bunch of different names scattered throughout this whole wall. A lot of these will be Confederate mixed in with maybe some of the Union as well. A lot of them are going to belong to a group known as the Valley Rangers that were locals to this area. a group of about 15 to 20 of them, and they would be more so fighting for the Confederacy using kind of guerrilla warfare tactics, sneak attacks, espionage, high assassination attempts. They just used their knowledge of the area to really be a pain in the butt to the Union while they were here. In retaliation, the Union won the war and came back. They set fire to their houses, burned their crops, killed their cattle, poisoned their water, kind of discouraged them from any further retaliation. The house
That'll work.
here was spared, which is the women and children at the time. They were pretty nice to soldiers, but the Union kind of left them alone and just let them be. So when they came back through, they remembered that kindness, repaid it without destruction. If they would have known that the 3 sons of that family were fighting for the Confederacy, probably would not have gone as well, but they had no clue, so they were spared. We look right here, we can see kind of the flag here, the flag there. Those are going to belong more so to different divisions, brigades, and regiments, more so than the overall Confederacy or overall Union. Right here, we'll have a bunch of names and the date 1874. We'll have a bunch of Harrison and Moore. That's going to be your original family that has the deed to the land. It's been passed down 11 generations. It's now the Yanceys. They were given the deed to this land and the 400 acres surrounding it in 1748 by King George II. So that physical deed they have for this land will predate the Declaration of Independence and other documents that our nation is founded upon. So before we were America and we were the British colonies, this family had the rights to this
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
That structure back there,
Yes.
that looks like a castle. Doesn't
Yeah.
it looks like a castle or a tower, right? Does it have a name or anything?
No. So from the other way around, some people say that it looks like General Akbar from Star Wars.
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah.
I mean, it
but-
kind of looks like a castle.
Yeah, so
Tower.
as your water pressure comes through here, a lot of it, think about putting your thumb on top of the nozzle of your hose and it sprays out hard in every direction. And so when it comes through like that, it'll kind of spray around and unevenly kind of create different formations like that as well.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, it is.
At least from
really
this
nice.
angle, it looks cool.
Yeah, it's like a very elaborate sand castle.
Yeah.
That would take a couple hours to build, probably, with a couple of your buddies. Yeah. No, it doesn't have a specific name. It is a cool formation, and then every
Connie?
single call it.
Come here a minute. I want to show you something. I'm behind
Yeah.
you.
You're good.
See how the lighting, when I hit one, and then it's much better lighting with that. I try to get a picture of that castle, but I don't. Do you have a good picture of it?
No, I'm having trouble with this. It doesn't like to be down there.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
different lighting with angles and stuff. Yeah, it can be hard to get some of it.
It's tough. You don't want to light it up. You don't want to get it too bright in here, though.
No,
Takes away the mood and the setting.
exactly. It's not a little scary, but it's not okay.
That's cute.
That's right. It's got to be a little bit foreboding.
Exactly. Yeah.
Try it, but
That's why it's always better in person. You can capture a lot of cool things on photo and video, but it's really hard to capture a lot of that in-person lighting you're going to get.
I know.
Capture with your own eyes.
yeah.
So, if
Okay.
you're really good at camera and you really know how to work your angles and stuff, you can get pretty close. But you never get it picture perfect. I have a pretty old phone. I haven't upgraded in a while, so my photos are not.
No, they never come out like
They never come out like you can get in real life.
so much better than that. Even the videos, it's like
Yeah.
you just can't get the scope.
Yeah, so as we look right here, we can have another one of our funky shield formations, like the one that name is stamped on. They call this the shoe shining spots. Kind of put your boot up, shine it a little bit. The blackening right here on the wall might be from some of that staining they would have used to shine their boots. If you're in a dirty cave, I don't really know why you're going to shine your boots. They're just going to get dirty again pretty quick. Well, I guess if you're trying not to be too bored, stay busy without shooting someone.
Yep, give
Maybe
you
just shine
something.
your boots.
Yep.
Yeah. So we make our way over here. We have a very important part not only to local history, but American history as well. It is not this red name right here. That's going to be where your college student came in and vandalized at one point in time. We definitely had to block them off because they got pretty close to something else. So right here we'll see the date 1829. It's going to be the oldest written date in the whole entire cave. So we'll have things that'll predate that, but no one actually writing down a date earlier than that. Then we'll have the name Franklin, then Lincoln. So that's going to be your first cousin, former President Abraham Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln's grandparents grew up around here. They're buried not too far from here on a farm. His father was from here, but his father moved to Kentucky. He was born in Kentucky. Then they lived in Illinois and Indiana. Safe to say he probably was never down here because once he was back in this part of the country, he was pretty busy as president. And then that got cut short pretty quick by John Wilkes Booth. But pretty cool with this being a big Civil War area to just have the full circle moment of being able to connect it to the person kind of behind all of it.
Yeah.
So you look right here, we'll have a pipe mark in the wall. You can see that's left by that T-Rex over in the other room on his way.
Oh, this guy took a chunk out of it?
Yeah, some of that too. Some people see like alligator or crocodile
Yeah,
stuff.
definitely a
There's a
crocodile.
lot of different things you can pick out around here and kind of say they have something going for them.
Like you said, it depends on the lighting and the angle.
It's all the
right?
lighting, the angles, and then everyone's height and different perceptions can play a role as well. Have different black and red lettering throughout. It's kind of your college students. We'll have this flag right here put down by the Union soldiers. It's the American flag. Confederate soldiers came back, not happy about it, scratched it all up, did their best to. Same with the names they would put up here. Confederates really scratched out these names. Those belong to more of your higher up Union generals. Underneath they wrote rebels just to really let you know how they felt about them. The crazy part about history is they would have done that to some of their own as well. If they would have known Stonewall Jackson actually educated slaves in a church that he owned. So hard to say if he was fully against slavery, but he was at least a little bit impartial to it. And then Robert E. Lee, your Confederate general, was more famous for it. He didn't believe in the Confederacy or slavery at all, but he wanted to be loyal to his Virginians, didn't feel like he could go fight for the North as a general and lead all these men to kill and completely destroy parts of his living, his different friends, family, and all that area. So he fought for the Confederacy till the end when they surrendered. He then opened up the University of Washington and Lee, which is about 45 minutes to 50 minutes south of here, near Virginia Military Institute in Lexington, Virginia. During that time, he taught about the atrocities of the Confederacy, how slavery was a terrible idea, and then just try to help people get back on their feet as time went on. But they say history is written by the winners, so we don't really hear that side of a lot. So people want to kind of erase his name on the different statues of other people as well. Definitely did some not so great things in their lifetime, but to just put him in that one section overall and say that that's all they ever were is kind of short-minded. So I think we kind of try to look at stuff from every single angle. Probably not destroy anything, even if it's not great, just so we kind of know and remember it. Because if we forget our history, we're bound to repeat it, and we could be in a really bad spot here in the near future. Make our way through here again. Kind of starts to get a little bit of that jagginess from those explosions. 40 crates of dynamite. This is a pretty significant amount of dynamite. A lot of shrapnel will be flying through here. Gotta be pretty quick on your feet so the explosion doesn't get you or the shrapnel nicks you. We'll make our way through the last of kind of our explosion area, back into that natural tunnel. We call this the Gothic or cathedral ceiling, kind of like your Roman cathedrals you see throughout Europe. We look up these designs. We have different dots along the walls. Kids like to refer to them as dipping dots. These are dipping dots, the ER. You can even whack them off and try to digest them. Like the water, the minerals in there are not really easily digestible by the human stomach. They're not meant to be able to do that for good reason. It's more of your cave shark's teeth right at the end there. You make it back up to this stone tunnel that was made in the 20s. All these stones are found around the property. Stonemasons that cut them got paid $1 a day. And once you laid them, only 50 cents. With inflation, that's worth a little more than that, but it's still not great pay for the amount of work you're doing. Once you get right here, that humidity and warmth kind of hits you with every step. If people wear glasses, you can
instant fog.
see that all fogs up right there. A little free cleaning. People freak out a little bit, but it's not a whole lot of harm being done.
Awesome.
Yeah, back out.
Done.
You can hear nature, see some greenery, the sunlight. Feels like we went a long way. It's about 3/4 of a mile walk. Only about 40 to 50 feet down, so nothing too crazy. Appreciate you guys coming out. If you have any questions, anything I touched up on I didn't, feel free to let me know.
Well, appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
It's a lot of
Feel free
fun.
to, yeah, check out all the stuff we have in there as well. Yeah.
All right, thank you very
Yes, sir.
much. So you're gonna have another tour coming in, you think?
Yes, sir.